Yeah? Hello, everybody. Hello. This is Michelle with Unicorn Spit. Turn down my music a little bit. I always distract myself with music because I'm pretty dorky. Well, anyways, I'm here. I'm Michelle with Unicorn Spit. I'm the creator and inventor of the new product that's on the market that everybody's ranting and raving about. It's a gel stain and glaze in one that you can add water to in order it comes to you in the concentrate. There's so many things going on with this product, and that's why Corey asked me to come here today in order to answer all your questions live while I do a project and show how you can use vinyl along on your wood canvases and get some really awesome results. So that's what we're doing today. I'm going to be able to hear all of your comments. My husband is here. Don, you want to say hello?
Hi, guys.
There he is. So he's here to read us our comments. So we're also going to be doing a giveaway if you are interested. I think, what do you think we should give away, babe? A primary trio?
We can do that. Your mic's acting funny again.
Is it?
Yes. We have a love-hate relationship.
We have a
with this mic,
love-hate
guys.
relationship.
We usually get it fixed in like the first 5 minutes or
Yes. So make sure that you let us know if it's going in or going out. I've been trying new ways, and it's complicated. It's so hard to do this stuff. I don't know how people do this stuff. It's terrible. But I like doing this. So right now, I'm super duper nervous. I'm just going to put that out. However, once I get my fingers in the spit, yes, unicorn spit, I tend to calm down. So I'm super nervous. All right, well, here we go.
Woosah.
I know, I'm oosahing for real. I always get all nervous. You'd think I would get attuned to it eventually, but I just do not. I do not get used to it. Get all freaked out. But that's okay, because it's about to get fun and exciting, and I'm going to explain to you while I'm working here. So what we have here is a piece of plywood. So this is just 1/4-inch plywood that you can get at any of your lumber yards or even right there at the Home Depot or Lowe's. And they will cut these pieces for you. I don't know if a lot of people know that, but you tell them a minimum of 1 foot by 1 foot. But it's nice to be able to have that availability to be able to use a product like this on your signs. I really like using plywood, and I like to use birch or ash or alder. I like to use the lightest woods possible because it makes your colors really pop. I really like to have the big popping colors. So a lot of gel stains on the market today, you wipe them on, you wipe half of them off, you have to use a wood conditioner. With Unicorn Spit, you do not have to use a wood conditioner. You just mist it with water. You take your hand and just make sure you evenly disperse it over the piece of wood.
So in that bottle, you were just using straight up water, nothing
Yes,
else, right?
straight up water. Look, I got a little gold paint there. Let's see what this side of the board looks like. Oh, this side of the board's all jacked up. It's nice that you get 2 choices. I'll tell you what, we're going to be able to go over this gold paint. I'm going to take my fingernail and just scratch some of it off. There we go. All right, and we're going to get started. I'm going to be doing a princess theme, and the project that I'm doing today is going to be offered in the little fundraiser we're having for the family this Christmas here in this group. So this will be given away to the winner of that. It's kind of cool. So let's get started. Giveaway.
Oh, yeah. What are we giving away?
A primary trio.
Which is? The primary colors.
The primary colors, yes. So it'll be...
Yellow, blue.
Woo! I dropped one.
And red.
Yeah, I don't have a 4-ounce red back here, but you guys will get the point. So that would be the red, Molly Red. This is Blue Thunder, and this is Lemon Kiss. And with these colors, you can make every color in the rainbow. If you take a look at this piece that I have over here, this one with the glaze on it, with the rainbow waves, can they see it?
Yeah.
It is all done with just these 3 colors. So you can get every color in the rainbow with these. So that'll be our giveaway. We just ask that you like my Joyful Arting page and like the Unicorn Spit page, and then comment on here that you have.
And it's good to mention that everything you see in this frame, with the exception of those 1990 cabinets, was stained with unicorn spit and has been done with unicorn spit.
Yeah, including my pegboard.
Yeah, if you see it in this picture, it's
done in spit.
Done in spit.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to get started here. As I said, unicorn spit, I call it a gel stain, but it's unlike the blood clot kind of gel stain that people are used to having on the market. First of all, it smells like jasmine. Second of all, you put it on and it comes to you in the concentrate, so you only need a little bit. I like to mist mine with water. I like to mist my brush a little bit with water. And it's not one of those that you wipe on, let it soak into the grain, and then you have to turn around and wipe it back off. That's not how this works as a gel stain. I only called it a gel stain because it is a gel, and it's a stain, but it's also a glaze. So you can use it over existing finishes to do like a color wash with color, or you could use the white and do a white wash. You could also do a black wash using our black stain. You'll be able to, I'm going to show you guys the black stain, the pink stain, and the purple stain today. So it's going to be really, really fun and exciting. I'm going to go ahead and blend that out. How many people do we have chimed in with us today, babe?
Right now, we're about 35, 37.
1,000? No, I'm just kidding.
Right. I'm not sure if we're having a problem with the comments or if just everybody's just watching and not commenting. But right now, there's only one person commenting. This. Hi, Corey.
Hi, Corey. Well, it might not be the right time there. See, it's noon for us here right now. So it is Central Time. We're in Kansas. Where is everybody chiming in from? Corey, where are you? I don't even know where you're located.
Let's have you fix that mic again one more time, babe. I apologize.
Maybe a little higher?
Yeah, give it a little more of the wire to stick out so it flex.
How's that?
We'll give it a go.
All right, we'll try it again. All right, where is everyone tuning in from?
All right, Audrey Lindsay is here from Georgia.
Georgia.
Ann Brown from Louisiana.
Hello.
Jessica's, I'm watching. Melissa's just watching. We
have a bunch of people in.
Jesslyn from Florida. Jessica
Florida.
loves the wise men sign.
Which one? I don't know which one's the wise men sign.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Tell her to point it out to me. And
I wonder. I just don't know.
It's all right. All right, guys. Well, I'm starting with some Pixie Pink in order to bring in our second color. And I'm going to be watering this down pretty good. About 1 part water to 1 part spit to make it a real nice stain. And I'm just going to go over the yellow a little bit, and that's going to give me a pretty orange color. That way I don't have to use my orange spit. I can just use this. We're going to be doing a pretty sunset if you can't already tell. Here we go. I really love the pink. Pink is my favorite of the colors. Here lately, I've been using it on a lot of my projects. Guess it just took a while to really grow on me, but I've been really digging my pinks. Pink and yellow always just tend to go together really, really well. Get a little bit more there. Add a little bit more water. Go ahead and pounce that around in that water and give a little bit to my brush too. Come back in here with some pink. Now what's cool about unicorn spit is that you can cut it, dilute it with up to 10 parts water, and you will not lose your vibrancy of color. Your color will remain, it just becomes more translucent. So as you can see, it doesn't turn a baby pink, it just, you can see more of the grain with it.
Well, and something even cooler than that, you can do this in your living room or
yes.
your kitchen. There's no VOCs, no vapors, no smells, it smells like jasmine.
Completely non-toxic, regardless if you water it down, if you heat it up. Say you like to do those dirty pores and you like to get those big pretty cells and you want to heat it up with the torch. It's not going to let off a bad vapor that causes cancer. Like
you could almost use it for ketchup. Not that we recommend you do
no.
that, but you could almost eat it.
Almost.
We do not
and
recommend that.
And it is food safe too.
Right.
As long as you also seal with a food safe sealer.
Yeah, once you put some kind of a toxic sealer on it, then the sealer it is what it is.
Exactly. All right, now we're going to come in with our blue. All right. All right, I got one right here. All right, we're going to come in with our blue here. This is our Blue Thunder. And it is extremely potent. As you can see, the pigment just comes spinning off of that. So I like to really water down my Blue Thunder. It is a very strong and potent product. Let's bring that over here to these edges. Get our pretty blue going. Now all of our stains are a one coat. You don't have to do several coats. You don't have to put it off, take it off and wipe it back, or put it on then wipe it back off. It leaves you no brush strokes either. Unless you meaningly want brush strokes, you can probably obtain them. But for the most part, you're not going to have brush strokes. And that's an awesome thing for me. And we have not only these vibrant colors that you see here, but we also have a more, I don't know, how would you describe it, babe? A more traditional
browns, gray, black.
Yes, black. We have a weathered gray that I really, really love. It's been one of my favorites for a while. So we do have quite an array of colors. We have 13 to be exact, and we're coming out with some more. So be sure to follow our page, our Unicorn Spit page, and also our Joyful Arting page, not only so that you can be part of the contest we're having, giving away the primary trio, but also so you can see when we debut our new stuff.
I want to apologize to everybody. There are like a whole bunch of comments on here that aren't coming up on my monitor.
But they're on your phone or something?
But they're on. No, I just switched over to the computer, so I apologize for everybody.
You can see them now?
Yeah, I can
see. Is there any questions?
They just had stopped. Let me go through them here real quick.
Well, I'll tell you what. I got really nervous because nobody was giving me any questions, and that's why I've been just working so hard and being all freaked out.
No. And Facebook does this to all the time, y'all. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Well, tell me.
Jessica's from Old Town, Florida. Kate from Nebraska. Just watching from Iowa, Pam. And Jessica says, it looks like Wiseman. Sorry, blonde moment. I think she's talking about the other dream.
The other dreams? Yes.
Yeah, that's what we're making today.
I thought that's what she was going with.
Let's see. She says, your dream sunset sign would be beautiful with Wiseman in front of it. Oh my gosh.
It sure would be.
No.
I know. And the three wise men walking in the manger in the background. That's why I actually joined this group. It's not because of the wise men, though. Right.
Well, it's because we're new to the whole stencil group, and we discovered how cool Unicorn Spit is with it.
With the vinyl.
With the vinyl stuff is really super fun, and we're having just a ball with it.
So I've been just experimenting, trying to find out. That's why I joined this group, number one, was to learn from you guys about stencils. Sorry, right here I messed up a little bit. I got some orange, so I'm just going to erase it with some of my yellow. I wanted to learn from you guys about these machines and the Cricut or the Silhouette, and what's the difference between them, and who's getting what types of successes and different things. Because I am not a very, what's the word I'm looking for, babe? I'm not real techie.
Yes.
I'm not a real techie person.
You leave me with the techie stuff.
I leave that to Dawn, but Dawn also doesn't know anything about these machines. I usually have my girlfriend in Leavenworth cut my designs out for me. And when she does that, it's a long drive for me. I always feel like junk because I'm like using up all her vinyl. And I'm just like, oh, geez, you know. So I figured I'm just going to have to break down and get my own. And before I made my decision, I wanted to join these groups and see what people are saying, which ones are the user-friendly ones, because I definitely need something that's a little user-friendly.
So let's grab a couple questions out of here.
Okay.
Where can we purchase this? Well, there is a link in the title, and that is for your sponsored group.
That helps Corey, because Corey runs this group, you guys, and she has that little affiliate link, and it's a pretty good price there.
Pretty good. That's one of the better prices I've seen.
I know. And so I don't want to say that, though.
Well, you can't, but I have no contracts on me. I can say whatever I want.
So her
Buy
little
it from her. It's awesome,
deal
guys.
she has is a really good deal, and it's definitely a good place to purchase. And for those who are like, oh man, there's 13 colors to choose from, what should I do? What should I do? What should I get? I always suggest that you start off very small and do the primary trio, which is what we're giving away in today's contest.
So more questions. Actually, Corey wants to know about these brushes.
These brushes are called Klingon Brushes. They are made in the Netherlands. I really like them a lot. They're for furniture painting originally, but me, I'm a functional artist, so I like to do artwork on furniture, and I use these quite a bit. They're great for stenciling too. Yes, they have an epoxy poured in here that holds those bristles so they don't shed. With unicorn spit, I especially like them. They are expensive, they are costly, they're not cheap. But the thing is that I've had these brushes here for over 2 years, and I leave unicorn spit in them for 4 or 5 days, sometimes 4 or 5 months.
Which leads us into another great thing about unicorn spit.
Yeah.
Is that when it dries on a brush like that, you seriously can just leave it. And
yeah. It's not going to hurt your brush at all. You just hit it with water, whether it be an hour later or 8 years later. Hit it with water, it reactivates the spit inside the brush, and you can use that again or just wash it out and start.
It's kind of like whenever you were a kid and you had those watercolors that in the little strip thing that would dry out, and you just had to hit a little water with it, and you'd be cool. It's very similar.
All right, well, we've got our sunset pretty well established in here. See, I kind of smeared my fingers there. I'm just going to buff that back out. Here we go. My ring of pink, I don't think it's bright enough. I feel like I want my pink to be stronger. So I'm just going to do a second coat of pink right quick.
So I'm showing everybody the close-up and what they can see right now is how amazingly well the grain is accented in this.
Oh yeah, it definitely becomes part of the picture.
Yeah.
That's what I really love about the wood grain is that it's a little added detail, an artistic touch that you didn't even have to even think about. You know, nature just created that for you. And that's why I really love working with solid wood items. And I was raised, I guess you could say, by my oldies that I invented unicorn spit for, to not, under any and all circumstances, paint wood. They said that wasn't the way to do, you know, craftsmanship, you know, and things like that. So I had it grained into my brain to save the grain of the wood and make sure you always show that off because it shows value. Major value.
Which brings us to a good point. Jessica says, so if water gets on the board, you paint, it will smear the color.
Yeah, as you can see, like I'm going to show you right here, over here on this blue. So that just wet it, right? You can leave it and it'll dry perfectly fine, but say somebody wets it and then runs their hand over it and it takes some of the color off. All you do is just get a little bit and buff it right back into the wood, pinpoint it right where you need it, and use your fingers even because it is non-toxic.
So
but
if you get, say Michelle gets to this portion of it, and she's like, oh, I hate the way that this turned out.
Yeah.
She can wet the whole board down and wipe it all but completely clean.
Right. Now you are going to have the silhouette of the coloring
Yeah,
in
you'll
there.
have just a hint of the color where it's stuck into the wood, but until you seal it with an oil-based sealer, let me reiterate that, oil-based sealer, it is completely reusable, completely erasable.
Yes. And that's what I'm doing right here. I want this line to blend a little bit better between my yellow and my pink. So I'm just taking a wet wipe and just blending it off, blending them together. Any type of stark lines that I see, I'm just going to help blend them and make them a little bit more, marry the colors together a little bit more so they're not so straight out there. I'm going to stand up for a second and get a view pointed down. I like it. Okay. I'm going to leave that. Another thing about unicorn spit, it dries so stinking fast. As you can see here in this blue, this real rich blue color, that's where it's still moist. I know, moist. You're welcome, Don. Where it's still
Why do you got to say stuff like that?
damp. And then if you look to the outside edges where it's getting that chalky look, that is where it's drying. Now, once you put your clear coat on, it will turn back to that deep color, or you can leave it as is, as long as it's not going to have a glass of water thrown at it, and it's not going to be exposed to any type of elements. But with it being like this, it dries within minutes, and you saw how much water I used on that. But I am going to start my stenciling, and I'm just going to just hit it with a little bit because I want it to be pretty dry. I don't want it to be real wet.
So when she turns the dryer on, so the hair dryer, so everybody doesn't flip out, I'm going to mute her microphone because it's obnoxious to listen to the hair dryer.
Here I go.
It didn't quit. We didn't leave. Nothing's wrong, but she'll be back.
I'll be right back.
Go for it. I don't mute my mic, just hers. So what she's doing is she's just speeding up the drying process so that the stencil will stick better. If she doesn't do that, it could be a mess. Oh, wait, hold on, Michelle. Let me unmute you. All right,
Unmute
you are
me.
free to talk.
All right. So I'm just going to set my brushes over here to the side and not worry about them until I'm ready to clean up. And that could be today or next week, all depending upon how I feel. So that's pretty cool that you're able to not have to like babysit your stuff constantly in order to protect your brushes. All right, so this is dry enough. The first thing I'm going to show you is how to do a distant silhouette. Now, that's what I love about unicorn spit is that it actually, because of that wood grain, it gets a beautiful dimension going. You get a three-dimensional look. The more coats of clear coat you do, the higher gloss especially really helps it. It's because that spit, it absorbs into the wood grain and it illuminates from within the wood, and when you put the clear coat on it, it just really, really makes it really beautiful and really pop. And so what I've discovered is that there's a way to really emphasize
Let's move on.
Anyways, there's a way to really make it look cool by not just having one dimension or two dimensions. I figured out or 3 dimensions. I've discovered how to make it 4.
All right, don't forget the things that we've learned so far in the tutorials that we've done here. Stick it to your shirt.
Oh yeah, I learned this. Wood is prone to peel off. So the first thing you do, this is 813 vinyl, is you just stick it to your shirt and let it pick up some of those fuzzies. Then you go ahead and figure out where you want to place your castle.
Ashley from Oklahoma loves all your stuff. Just amazing. Well, thank you, Ashley.
Thank you. That makes me feel super good. One thing that I think is really, really cool about Unicorn Spit and my artwork and why I feel so proud of it, I really feel extremely proud. I feel like every piece that I do is one of my oldies going, you got it. You learned, you know?
So you've mentioned your oldies 2 or 3 times now, and this is a new group to us, babe. So
that's true. They don't know about my oldies.
They don't know, and it's part of why we even have this product today.
Yeah. So you know, I worked with the elderly and disabled since I was 17 years old, off and on during my 20s, and then full time again in my 30s, and at an adult daycare for the elderly and the disabled, and they didn't want to do arts and crafts. They didn't want to do macaroni and all that other stuff. So one day I was like frustrated, and I brought to the center a piece of furniture I found on the side of the road. And I asked him, I said, who knows how to refinish this? And it was amazing to me because even the men that had Alzheimer's that pretty much just stared at the wall all day, they woke up and they all sprung to their feet, the men and the women, and they were like, oh, well, I can show you how to do this. I can show you how to do this. And they woke up and they became part of life again. Even if it was just for a few minutes at a time, they still became part of the surroundings again. And they went full steam into, oh, this one's not open. Hold on. Refinishing furniture with me. But whenever it came down to stripping it, and we got it all stripped in this beautiful wood sticking out of this desk, I was like, okay, what color are we going to paint it? And they were like, no. I was like, what do you mean no? They're like, you don't paint wood. So I was like, but I want it vibrant, pretty colors. I want purples and all this stuff. And they're like, yeah, so stain it. And I went on looking for stain. And the stuff that they used to use for stain back then actually caused like congestive heart failure and all this stuff.
Open the lid and you have the cancer.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad stuff.
It was pretty bad stuff. So I went on a mission to try to figure out how to make it. And, you know, I did. I made my own and I brought it in, and I wanted it to be safe enough that even Johnny Boone, who had cerebral palsy, could articulate and make designs with just his bare hands if needed. And that's what we did. And everybody was part of this team, and we refinished a lot, and it was beautiful. All of our little pieces turned out amazing. And I would have continued doing that job, believe it or not, until the day I died if I could have. But our daycare shut down, and well, I didn't have an education, and daycare was so expensive, so I became a full-time dumpster diver. And I really loved it. I would pick up everything that was broken on the side of the road and fix it and sell it on Craigslist, and that's how I supported our household for many years. Until one day, somebody said, Michelle, what are you using to get these designs? And they buy my furniture like it was going out of style because it was so weird and colorful, and the wood grains and everything that the oldies taught me. People really loved it. But then they wanted to know how I was doing it, and I told them I was making this stuff in my kitchen. And they said, well, can we buy some of this stuff you're making in your kitchen? I'd like to try myself. And I did. And then before you knew it, everybody wanted to try the stuff I had in my kitchen when I finally got the guts to go show people on the internet, like on the Facebook painted furniture groups, to show them what I was making. And then everybody wanted it. And it was amazing. It was amazing. And then Eclectic came and asked me if they could make it for me because I couldn't keep up with the demand anymore. It was an underground sensation for, gosh, almost 3 years? And then it blew up. So now it's available from Amazon, like in your affiliate link, to Hobby Lobby. Home Depot has a few colors. Joann's.
But they don't have all the colors like the link listed above has.
No, only certain folks have all the colors because there are 13.
So make sure you use the link above because that's where you can get all of them. And you get them at a heck of a price.
Yeah, it's pretty darn good price.
Just so you guys know, that isn't a link for me. I'm just
We're helping Corey.
We're helping Corey out.
We are. So as you can see, these brushes do great. I believe you can also find these brushes on Amazon. Here we go.
So Amanda Smith is asked, are we a husband and wife team? Yes, we are.
So Dawn, you know, to start this business, I sold everything I had down to my silverware because I had nothing left to lose. And Dawn took me in as his little girlfriend with my 2 kids. And this was 4 years ago. And we just got married in July. So we have a little love story. It makes me feel all good. All right, well, I just stamped all this in place, and I don't want total coverage. What I used was a product called Purple Hill Majesty. I named it after my mountains in New Mexico. It's where I was raised. Oh, look, there's a spot there where I missed. I didn't. Just take my fingers and plop that on. And I do want that kind of stamped look of the brush strokes with a little bit of the other colors coming out. So I'm going to take my blow dryer real quick and hit it.
All right, I'm going to mute you. We'll be right back. So using the hairdryer here acts as twofold. One, it heats up the stencil to let it come off the wood a little easier without tearing. And 2, it makes a nice, tight, crisp line.
Okay. Now, a lot of people are always concerned about tearing the wood off, right?
I think but go ahead. You know more about it than I do. I was just kind of telling them a second ago.
Oh, okay.
Why you were doing what you were doing, but go again.
Well, first thing I like to do, I like to make sure my unicorn spit's pretty darn dry, if not completely dry, because I don't want it to smear when I go to pull it off. I don't want wet on here. But in order to pull your vinyl off of wood with great success, it's very important to pull going against the grain. If you look at this one, my grain is going this way, down. So I'm going to pull this way, which would be against it. And it's also a good idea to take your blow dryer and put it to warm and to probably a medium and pull with that at the back of it. So I'm going to just turn this on for a second and show you how I'm going to do this.
I'm not going to mute it this time because I'm sure you'll want to talk to him.
All right. So I just get this on there. Make sure that it's going across. As you can see, that wind is going all the way. Get my tweezers and get a spot started here.
We also found out the hard way that just yanking it will totally mess everything up. So don't do that. Pull slow.
Yeah, I have a bad problem with yanking. I'm one of them dang yankers. All right, got that piece off. Come in. Grab these little stragglers. There we go. Pulling against that grain again. Even if you have to take it off in sections, continue to pull against that grain. Go. All right, now this is our second dimension here, and I'm just calling it that because I feel that my first dimension's the sun and the wood. Now my second dimension is the castle. As you can see, you get no bleed through with unicorn spit. You just got to make sure you don't water it down a whole lot or it's going to sink into the wood like a sponge. You want to use a little stronger concentrate. Now we're going to come in with our third dimension, which is my beautiful prince and princess.
Hold on 1 second.
What?
Angie wants to know, can you use these stains on wood, or can they be used on other substance like glass or metal?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. We can use it on pretty much anything.
Even my floors.
We did the floors, the concrete floors in our shop. One lady did her car.
That was crazy, but I really liked it.
We don't recommend that one either, but hey, it turned out she got cheap on the clear coat and it peeled off. But
yeah, if she would have put more clear coat, she said it would have lasted.
Yeah.
Okay, I gave it another little rub on my clothing again to pick up the lint and a dog hair.
And a dog hair?
Yeah.
How do you enter to win, Denise?
Okay, well, we're doing our giveaway. And with our giveaway, we are offering a set of 3, which is the red, the yellow, and the blue, so that you have the primaries, so that you may make whatever color your heart desires. And all we ask is that you like the Unicorn Spit business page on Facebook. You can also like my Joyful Arting page, which is where I go live all the time, and I just am a dork, and I do art projects. Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing, so I allow the audience to tell me what to do. So it's also a place where I learn.
Yeah, you guys, if you want a little bit of comedy relief in your art, come over to the Joyful Arting page some days and watch what we do, because it's basically this, only less professional, and most of the time we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, and sometimes I'll drink Boone's Farm. No, just teasing. Not yet. Okay. Again, I burnished this in. All right. I really like the transfer paper better than I do the transfer sticker like I'm going to use on this other stencil that we're going to be working with. So let everybody know. Okay. Now we're going to come in, I'm just going to use this brush again, with some of our Midnight Blackness. Now Midnight Blackness is the blackest stain on the market today. One coat. Done. So here we go. We're just going to stamp her into place here. I should have probably burnished it one more time, but I'm slightly distracted for the days, you guys. I got to be honest. My little boy, Johnny, is the smallest one in school, and he's always getting bullied. Always. About being little. But he sure is feisty. So don't think that he's a perfect little angel. He's pretty feisty. He got in a fight today at school, and I'm waiting for that school to call and tell me what time to come down there. But he finally, after all these years of getting beat up himself, he finally stood up for himself. And from what I hear, he got the better of the other kid. But still, I just feel terrible that he had to be involved in something like that. So I'm a little bit distracted for the day. So I want to apologize to everyone.
Well, you can only get punched in the face so many times.
It's true. So, and one way I feel proud of him for standing up for himself, but on the other way, I feel really sad that he had to go through that situation just to begin with, you know? All right. Now I'm done with this stencil part. Let me just make sure my edges are nice and crisp here. Again, no brush strokes and no raised amount. It all sinks down into the wood. I'm going to use a artist's brush real quick. I can use this add a little water to it here because I'm not doing the around the edges here. I'm just going to finish this little stencil out here that looks like I want it to look like.
So they just need to, I apologize, I didn't mean to interrupt you. They only need to like those 2 pages, just the Joyful Arting and the regular Unicorn Spit page?
Yeah, we have an Instagram too if you feel like it. I don't know. Whatever you guys want.
Let's just do it with the joyful hearting and the regular unicorn spit.
Yeah, because I got to tell you guys, I'm just happy to be here and able to answer questions for people and to encourage them to stain their wood a way that's not going to hurt them. There's a lot of people that I see using acrylic paint and watering them down to stain wood. That opens you up to getting pretty sick. Acrylic paint, latex paints, they are all packed full of plastics that are carcinogens, and they're really polluting our earth. They're polluting our oceans, and they cause cancer. When you wet them down, when they come to you in the bottle, it's non-toxic, sure. But when you change the way that it is being served to you from the manufacturer, it's no longer considered non-toxic. So watering it down, it has the ability to absorb right into your skin. And if you heat it up, like for dirty pores and things like that, or blow dry it in order to make it dry faster, it lets off really bad fumes that can hurt you. And I just don't want to see another generation like my oldies generation who had a lot of ailments attack them because back in the day they didn't know about these things, and a lot of them are suffering the consequences of their job that they had at their youth because they didn't know that a lot of this stuff was bad for them. So this is a good way for me to try to help our current generation in battling the effects that plastics have on your body. And unicorn spit has no harmful ingredients in it whatsoever. And I love that. All right, I'm going to hit it with heat again. Go ahead. I'm going to go on mute.
Real quick on a less depressing note.
Sorry.
Denise wants to know, what are they using on these tumblers and sealing with epoxy? All the people are doing the tumbler thing now. And
should I show them the one I have?
Yeah, you can. I can go grab it while you run the run the hairdryer. We have not actually ventured down that road yet.
I need a rotisserator.
A rotisserie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll run up and grab it. You run the hairdryer, and then you can show it.
Okay, ready?
All right, so
set,
mute.
go. I think Dawn muted it. It's on the bookshelf, honey. Did you find it? All right, let me show everyone it. Ta-da!
Hold on. I think you're still muted.
Am I still muted?
Yes. Go.
All right, this here is done by my girlfriend, Brandy Merritt. She sent this to me as a present. It's a tumbler. Honey, is it the camera pointing down or the camera pointing at me? At you. Okay, here we go. And so what she did, she took some of our sparkling stain, which is a product that was a prototype. It should be coming out on the market here pretty soon. And she did this design on the tumbler, and she sealed it with a product called Glaze Coat. Where's Glaze Coat? Where's my Glaze Coat? Oh my gosh. I think it's oh my gosh. Don't I have an empty box so I can show everyone somewhere? It's heavy, babe. Get it down for me, would ya? It'll crack me in my head. Thank you. All right, so this is Glaze Coat. This is the gallon size, and it's this epoxy. But to me, it's the easiest one to use. It's non-yellowing, and I do my countertops with it. I do my big tops with it. I do everything with that stuff. Glaze coat is awesome. It's my favorite.
Okay, hold on real quick before we get too far.
Look at I smeared it. What?
How dare you? Let's put that tumbler down there so I can get the close-up shot for everybody. Bring it, turn it sideways, and roll. Turn it sideways. There you go.
Isn't it beautiful? It looks like alcohol inks, but it's just spit. Here we go. All right, now we're going to go towards...
I'm so dumb.
What?
Please do that one more time so that Don can actually remember to do his job. Sorry. All right, there we go.
All set?
Yeah.
All right. Now we're going to go and we're going to pull this off. So again, we're doing it the same way. We pull against the grain. We're going to get our heat going, medium heat, right here. Here we go. Here we go. So there's another one of our silhouettes. As you can see, there's no bleed through on the black even. And you can see how well that covers with no brush strokes, nice and matte, nice and flat. Now we're going to come in with the one stencil that I always have the hardest time with and do our fourth dimension. And I like to do it, as you can see, this one's super translucent. It's complete stain. This one here is semi-translucent. This one is
Darkness.
This one has full coverage. And now we're going to come in with some metallic paint.
So and Ann Brown, we kind of answered your question, but she also, and so did you, but she asked, do you think the unicorn spit would work on the tumblers like an alcohol paint they're using? And yes, you are correct.
It looks just like it,
yeah,
except instead of using water with the pigment or alcohol with the pigment, you're using water with pigment.
Right, and then she said she's going to share this into her Tumblr group.
Ooh.
Because this would be way cooler than the alcohol ink.
Really? Well, thank you very much. All right, again, I'm going to rub this one on my leg now. I think I may have taken all the fuzzies off my shirt. All right, I'm going to get this centered on.
Hold on just a second. Here, go for it.
Okay. All right, got that down. And I learned to start in the middle, push and don't pull. You think I did it enough, you guys? Let's go over it one more time just to be on the safe side.
I like it.
Thank you. All right, here we go.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Denise. That'll be awesome.
Oh my gosh, this is that one. This is why I prefer the transfer paper than I do the tape. It's too hard for me. I don't like how difficult it is to pull this stuff. So again, I'm just going to make it easier by warming it up. Oh, I hate this stuff. Oh my goodness. Here we go. All right. Oh. See what I did? Piece of it peeled up on me. Okay, so now we're just going to burnish that little piece back down. See where it popped up on me?
So Ann wants to know what kind of paper that is. It's super sticky. What is it, 817?
This is 813. The blue stuff is. I don't know what the heck that paper, that transfer sticker was, but I don't like that transfer sticker. It's too hard. All right. Boop, boop, doo. Okay, we're going to...
Thanks, Denise. Denise said she uses the 651 contact paper.
Maybe that's what I need to try.
We don't have... We have a friend cut these for us. So
Yeah.
At her mercy. But I think Michelle has finally decided which machine she's going to get, huh?
I don't know. I don't know.
Until like 15 minutes later when she'll say she wants the other one.
Yeah, I know. Because I keep looking, and then I go, oh, and then I go, oh. Because I find out, like, certain things aren't even available for some of the machines, which is one of the big points I wanted to buy it for in the first place. So I'm just going to sit back and keep observing. All right, we're going to go metallics. I was thinking about using some Allure dimensional paint, but I don't know how fast it dries.
Like a month.
It takes a bit. All right, I have some copper water-based, it's unicorn spit.
Shh. It's
Prototype.
Prototype
It's
by
Prototype.
Michelle Nicole.
Prototype by Michelle Nicole. So good Lord willing, I'll have this out for you guys here soon too. What it is, it's a stain. It's a wood stain, but it's a metallic wood stain and glaze in one like unicorn spit, except it is...
Not unicorn spit.
No, not yet. I'm testing it for him. I'm just using a makeup brush. I really like my makeup brushes with these, with this stuff. It's so nice. I always feel really terrible that I can't buy nice paint brushes because I really like metallic paint so much. Just love it. And so, but the thing is that, as I said, I always forget my paintbrush, or I always have to fly really fast because my boy Johnny gets in trouble at school or something. And I don't always have a chance to clean up all of my brushes and my tools for my project every day. Sometimes I have to leave here, to go get the kids from school, and I didn't realize how long I had been arting. And so I wanted to make a metallic paint that I could not fear about letting it dry in my brushes like unicorn spit. And the honest to God thing is, I just really wanted to be the first one to ever come out with a metallic wood stain. And just like I did these and the metallic or the sparkling ones. And so I'm going to be test marketing these next. I'm very excited about that. So these will be available. How about we add this to our giveaway? Should we add this bottle to our giveaway? We can.
Sure, why not?
All right. Now this one's the copper. The one that I really, really like is my the gold one. I have a 24 karat gold one that's really nice, but I used it all. You can see it in some of the other ones in the back there. So this one I'm going over with the copper, which I like over pink because it looks rose gold.
Denise is becoming a really good friend of the show today. We really appreciate you hanging with us. She said she just got a silhouette, and it's so easy, literally so easy. I had a brother scan and cut, and you couldn't do nearly as much as you can with the silhouette.
Really?
And the silhouette group is amazingly helpful. I think we actually
We are in the silhouette group.
Correct.
And that's why I joined this one, because I've heard nothing but good things about how helpful the members are, and they don't just lay everything on one person to answer, that everybody's just so active and happy to help.
Whoops.
Here we go. So I got my copper on there. Just making sure I'm getting a nice full coverage.
Corey asks, can you share the glaze you love, please?
Yes, it's called Fama Wood Glaze Coat. They also are the ones who make unicorn spit. Now, they discovered, like, I was always using glaze coat and trying all the different epoxies on the market. And I one day wrote them a letter saying, hey, I will never use anybody else's epoxy than yours. I just did my grandmother's table for the 3rd time and finished it with yours, and it's perfect. And I just want you to know that you have a fan for life. I don't know anything better in the world. I love your epoxy. It's the best. And I signed it, thank you, Michelle Nicole, creator of Unicorn Spit, right? All trying to look all professional. And this is back when I was making it in my kitchen, you know. And they actually called me back, and they're like, you make unicorn spit in your kitchen? I was like, well, I've moved up to my garage by the time they called, and turkey fryers. And they're like, we need to talk. Well, they love my stuff just as much as I love theirs. It's kind of a little love story. All right, we're going to dry this again.
I muted Michelle again because she's going full bore on that dryer. Hold on.
Now we're going to just start pulling. Get our heat going. Isn't she pretty? Oh, I love her. All right, guys. Well, there she is. She's all dry, ready to go. And you get no blue through on this, too. I really love how that copper looks against the blue. But once it comes over here to the pink and the yellow, it looks really copper here, but it looks really like a rose gold over here. It's really pretty. Now, as I said, you can, you pointed down still, you can always seal with any oil-based top coat if you think that you want to. Let me grab, what was I looking for? Where is it? There you go. Oh, I really like this, but you must take it outside. It has a terrible odor. This is for matte.
Spray paint, so.
You could also do a shine, a high gloss. But for me, I like to do everything indoors. I don't like to really go outside and expose myself to different things. So I really like hemp salves. And as you can see, remember when it was wet and it was that color, it turns back into that for you with just a little bit of salve. This is hemp salve, and it'll give you a nice little shine. It'll also seal it and help it protect it against the elements. Say if you hung this in a bathroom or something, you wouldn't have to worry about your colors fading or anything like that. This is just And I meant bathroom due to humidity. But of course, you don't have to seal it if you don't want to. If you want to keep that chalky look, you just leave it just the way it is. As for me, I like my colors to become really deep as they were when it was wet. And that's whenever I use a hemp salve, such as the one that I have here. Now, what I'm using here is an experimental product. Hopefully, I'll be having that come on the market here soon as well. I really like it. I'm working between figuring out a scent for it. I've kind of narrowed it down to jasmine because I love jasmine. I love this one, though. It's really nice.
Corey was just going to ask you what wax you recommended that's on the market.
Yeah, just any oil-based wax works great, you guys. There's something I would change in every single one of them that I've used. Well, and so I can't really say that.
Kind of just wax. So, you know, I mean.
Right, any wax will work, you guys. Even if you wanted to use Howard's, beeswax stuff, any of that will work just fine. The part that I'm really excited about whenever it comes to waxes is that just look for one that has little or no VOC so that you can do these projects right in your kitchen without worrying about your furry friends, your feathered friends, or
your children.
Your children.
Those are important to some
people. They are very important. But some people consider their little furry friends their babies too. I know I consider my boo-boo my baby. All right. So as time goes by, this will absorb into the wood and it'll become a nice matte finish. But now this has a little bit of protection against the environment. I like how this one smells.
I can actually smell it all the way over here.
It smells really nice, huh?
It's a new one, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Fig.
Fig
tree.
I know fig Newtons. They don't smell like that.
No, they don't. All right. Here we go.
Let me... All right,
I don't think the copper works really well against this. Because look at how the gold looked. So I'm going to show you the difference here. Now this one I didn't seal.
Well, you sealed part of it where the
side.
castle's dark.
Right. And this is the one with the copper. I do like the gold best whenever it comes to going against this sunset.
Unfortunately,
really
we're out of gold.
Yeah, I used it all up. But there you go, guys. I'm going to go ahead and set this up here.
So what's the plan with the auction?
So that there's a family in need that is being supported.
No names.
Through what?
We're not mentioning names, right?
No, I don't know the name.
Okay, well, that's good.
So there's a family in need that's a member of this group, and we're going to be having a small auction, and we're going to raise money in order to help give her and her children a very Merry Christmas. And this piece here will be included in the auction, and I'll probably come in and maybe do some type of something to that dream just to make it a little bit more dominant looking, but yeah, it'll be part of it. But you guys don't forget that we're also having the giveaway where you win the primary trio, which is the red, the yellow, and the blue, so that you can make any color in the rainbow just by liking the Unicorn Spit page and liking the Joyful Arting page. And oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. I'm all done. I do so much better when I'm working on something. Whew. Tell you what.
And then let's go back over. Oh, you already did.
Do we have any questions from the audience?
Silver stars would be nice.
Silver stars would be beautiful. I also have a silver metallic that we're going to be brewing up.
Yeah, but we're also out of that.
I used it all.
Yeah. Let's see here. Corey loves the copper. It's so pretty.
Oh, yeah, that's right. In our thing, we're also going to give this bottle of copper.
Oh, yeah. That bottle?
Yeah.
The one you used already?
No, I'll probably give him a brand new one.
I would hope you give him a brand new one. That's pretty cheap.
I'll give him a brand new one.
All right.
Now, remember, you can also add any of these to wax in order to make your own custom tinted wax.
Right.
So that's something that's pretty cool.
Look in the camera. Don't look at me.
Oh, sorry. So really, I want you to think about this as a gel stain that you can water down. It comes to you in the concentrate, so you're not paying for water. I'm sending to you guys pure pigment. So you have your pigment, you have your dyes, all natural, non-toxic. It smells like jasmine with a very little amount of water, and that's what gives it that gel-like consistency we had to keep it hydrated in order to not send you powder. So we put as very little as we could in. So what you're getting is the actual concentrate of the stain, and that's why you see my favorite helper is my water bottle. You don't need any type of wood conditioner. Your water's your wood conditioner. You can use it on glass, you can use it on metal, you can use it on concrete, tumblers, fabric. You see the wedding dress.
Yeah,
my wedding dress is amazing. Make sure you go over to the Unicorn Spit page and just look through some of the videos and look through some of the pictures to get a good idea. And if you would like to join me with another tutorial in this group, I'd be more than happy. Just let your admin, Corey, know that you loved what you had today. And you can also find me on my Joyful Arting page, so make sure you give that a like. We'll be announcing a winner within 24 hours within your group. And
when's the auction? That's really not...
I don't know when the auction is. I couldn't find the post about it.
Okay, that's a Corey will have that answer for us, hopefully.
Yeah, Corey's organizing all of that. So
yeah, we're providing Michelle's providing.
The bodies.
Right.
So, all right, guys. Well, until I see you again, I really want to thank you, Corey, for letting me come in here and spread the knowledge and educate your audience that you have here.
Yeah, and once again, we learned a couple of things here from the folks about the creek cuts and stencils and stuff. So, within the next 6-8 years, you should be ready to buy a cutter.
Oh my gosh. No, right? All right, guys. Well, until we meet again, be good, be blessed, and always let your creative juices flow. See you soon. Bye-bye.